Good to have you join us on Sport Updates on Trust TV. I'm Adeni Ajishafe. Time to take you around the world of sports to look at those activities happening in the juicy world of sport there. We start with the MPFL, Nigerian Premier Football League. Right now, the IMC actually they've slammed Plateau United with fine point and also goal deduction for the fact that their fans were unruly against match officials coming from the interim management committee, and they are trying to see how they can deal with our team. Right now, they have 48 hours to reply to those rulings. Let's look at the ruling on Plateau United. As we also talk about another one, let's look at that ruling concerning that Plateau United there. Plateau United charged for breach of rules B13, 18, 13.52 and C11, which variously were for encroachment on the field of play by supporters to harass match officials, failure to ensure adequate and effective matchday security, and assault on match officials in the course of the matchday 17 fixture that was against Remo Stars. For failure to provide adequate matchday security, Plateau United was fined 1 million naira and another 500,000 for failure to prevent access by unauthorized persons to restricted areas. For assault on match officials, 3 points and 3 goals was ordered deducted from the accumulated points and goals of Plateau United, with the club is to pay 1 million as compensation to the 4 match officials at 250,000 naira per official. Furthermore, the new Just Township Stadium has been ordered closed indefinitely to Plateau United fans until adequate and verifiable security measures, including written guarantees to the MPFL to prosecute any person found to create disturbances in the course of their home matches, are put in place. The club has also been directed to identify and prosecute the supporters that assaulted the match officials. The assaulted match officials are Amadi Promise, Center Referee Sani Mohammed, Assistant Referee 1, Abdul Ganiyu Abdul Malik, the Assistant Referee 2, and Abubakar Zubero, the Reserve Referee. The club has 48 hours from the date of the notice in line with Rule 626 to either submit to the summary jurisdiction and sanctions or elect to appear before a disciplinary hearing. The fines are to be paid within 7 working days. Coming from the IMC, they are trying to pass a ruling against towards Plateau United, as according to what happened over there between them and Remo Stars. Although Remo Stars won that game 2-1, but right now those ruling coming from IMC, they just have to quickly respond to it or stay on with it by paying those money and also making sure they get those culprits to face the music. Talking about MPFL, they're still talking about the IMC. They also made a ruling concerning Badawi. Let's look at the IMC ruling on Badawi. An official of Kwara United, Bashiru Badawi, has been invited to face a panel of inquiry during which he is expected to provide evidence to back his allegations questioning the integrity of the Interim Management Committee, IMC. Badawi is to appear for the hearing on May 18 at the IMC office in Abuja, in line with Rule 615. In the letter of invitation, the Kwara United general manager was referred to provision of Rule C1.1, which requires club officials to act in the best interest of the game at all times and not act, whether through words, conduct, or behavior, in a manner capable of bringing the game into disrepute. Reference is also made to Rule C9, which states that clubs are required to control their players and officials and ensure their proper conduct at all times. But that we made, he said, disparaging comments in a WhatsApp group. So coming from IMC there, so 2 rulings coming from IMC, one against the general manager of Kwara United, Badawi, who will be facing the music also against the panel in Abuja. While Plateau United, they also will be facing their own, although they have the chance to appeal before 48 hours actually elapse in that game. Well, to remind you, Plateau United defeated Eyimba in the Federations Cup, but they lost that game against Remo Stars 1-2 in Jaws. And still, it turns out that their fans actually move on to the pitch, encroach it, and at least harass the match officials, those listed in that particular ruling statement there. Well, a big one will be coming up today. Let's leave the MPFL alone and talk about the big match that will be coming up today between Nigeria under 17 team called Golden Eaglet. They'll be playing against Burkina Faso, a match there where their coach, Nduka Ugbade, says match against Burkina Faso will be interesting. According to Ugbade, yes, the lads are ready and they will do their best to make sure Burkina Faso won't defeat them. If you remember, they met at the Wafu B competition in the western part of Africa, where Nigeria defeated them 2-1 in that game, but it was a tough one. Burkina Faso are equally very good, according to one of the players of Golden Eaglet, that, well, they are aware of their performance and they will do everything possible to offstage Burkina Faso. Their coach, Ibrahima Traore, is also talking tough that they will defeat Nigeria, they will get to the semi-final. But as it is, Nigerians are waiting to see what happens, because we need to win this match to qualify for the World Cup and also make it to the semi-final. As we speak, Senegal, Morocco, they've done the business by defeating South Africa and Algeria 5-0, 3-0. Nigeria will have to at least offstage Burkina Faso in this tough duel. Although Ubade says it's going to be interesting. Let's see how interesting it's going to be between Nigeria Golden Eaglets and the Burkina Faso Junior of Burkina Faso. We met earlier, it was 2-1, and I'm very sure that team will come out against us. All we need to do is to make sure we don't concede easily, just like we did against South Africa, where the match ended 3-2 in favor of the Golden Eaglet. We really struggled before we were able to do it, but we did it. But right now, Burkina Faso will be coming back with their own pound of flesh to see how they can offstage us, but it's very possible, because our coach, Nduka Ubade, says it's going to be interesting, as he believes that we can offstage Burkina Faso. Hopefully, we expect our team to win this game. We'll be going on a short break. By the time we return, much more in the world of sports.
Lead your team to glory. Yeah. Of the final between Accra FC and Top Arena. Who is going to score first? Who is going to take the glory? It's yet to be unfolded. From the forward, that was a beautiful skill by the number 11 of Top Arena, and that tackle produced the yellow card against Accra FC. Set piece could be dangerous in football.
What a match there. At least it's always good to watch our own. Always very interesting when you see some talented Nigeria displaying their skill in every sport they find themselves. We've been talking earlier on concerning the under-17 AFCON between Nigeria and Burkina Faso. That match will be up by 8 p.m. tonight. And it's going to be a cracker, because the two teams they've met before ended in favor of Golden Eagles 2-1. And Burkina Faso are coming back to see how they can get their own pound of flesh. But it's not going to be easy, even though their coach has been talking to Ibrahima Traore there. But for our boys, we believe they can do it, as they've been trying their best when it comes to playing football. We know that our boys are battle ready. Hopefully tonight they will do us proud against Burkina Faso. I have in the studio to talk football with me, that's Daniel Oluwole. Good to have you, Daniel.
Thank you for having me, sir.
Yes, looking at this particular match that will be coming up between Nigeria and Burkina Faso, from all my analysis so far and also explanation concerning that game, you will have seen that really Burkina Faso are coming with a lot of mindset that they want to beat us. Do you think they can beat us, or we are going to win this game?
I'm very sure Nigeria will do their best this time. Yeah, because we can't stand the chance for a defeat from Burkina Faso. So Nigeria, they are doing well. We trust our players. They'll make us proud. Yeah,
they'll make us proud.
Make
you
us
are
proud.
so sure.
I'm so sure.
Okay, if you are so sure, because we play against Zambia, we defeated them 1-0. We play against Morocco, they defeated us 1-0. The same Morocco that defeated us 1-0 yesterday defeated Algeria 3-0. Now South Africa play against us 3-2. It ended, although we won that game 3-2. Now you see that South Africa did well against us, but they lost 5-0 against Senegal. If we are able to win tonight against Burkina Faso, we'll be facing the same Senegal that beat South Africa that we managed to beat 3-2. They beat South Africa 5-0. We're going to be facing Senegal. That is if we win tonight.
Of course. I'm very sure Nigeria will do well. Our players, they've undergone training. So our coach is also trying. So with that, we'll see how it will go this night, because normally football is not predictable. So I'm very sure plenty of gamblers out there will have stake and see how Nigeria at least possible 2 goals will come in. So let's see how it goes. I'm very sure they'll make us proud tonight.
Okay, we've been talking concerning Nigerian football there that has to do with the AFCON under-17 taking place in Algiers, and the team Golden Eaglets are battle ready. 8 p.m. is the D time, and they will be fighting hard against Burkina Faso. Nigerians can't wait to see these lads doing well right now. They just have to clear the hurdle and at least stay there, because they want to go to the World Cup and also qualify for semi-final. The top 4 battle is on. Morocco, Senegal, they've crossed over. Now Nigeria just have to do their own and also do it outrightly. We hope and wish our boys the best in that particular encounter. Well, let's go to another football fixtures for tonight. We look at the second and third tier of matches in the UEFA competition. Let's talk about the Europa League. Europa League semi-final fixtures. Let's look at those fixtures, and then we look at the probable lineup of those teams. The Juventus will be facing Sevilla. A big match there. Sevilla, they are the king of Europa. Juventus will be at the Allianz Stadium in Turin, hosting Sevilla in that game. We have Roma, will be coming to Roma, but let's look at Juventus versus Sevilla. First of all, let's look at the probable lineup of the team called Juventus there. You have Chesney there, the goalpost. They will be playing 3-5, so probably Alessandro. You have Bremer, Danilo, Joao Cuadrado, fantastic player, Nicolo Fagioli, Manuel Locatelli, Adrian Rabiot, Philippe Kostic. You have Angel Di Maria, the Argentine player. You have Dusan Vlahovic, all battle ready at the front, and you have a 3-5-2 formation probably. And this is a team that will be playing against Sevilla tonight. Now, looking at Sevilla, let's look at the probable lineup for Sevilla also in the game that will be coming up. Sevilla could be going with 4-2-3-1. You have Marco Dimitrov at the back. And Dimitrovic. You have Alexis Karim Rekic. You have Lloyd Balde, Jesus Navas, Fernando, Ivan Rakitic, Brian Gil, Lucas Ocampo, Eric Lamela. If you remember Tottenham, Lamela, Urimbel, Yusuf El-Nesri will be at the front for Sevilla. These are the 2 teams playing that we're looking at first before we go to Roma match against Bayer Leverkusen. Let's look at this together, Daniel. These are Sevilla. Like I mentioned earlier, they are king when it comes to Europa. They've done it several times, and now they are also trying to see. If you look at La Liga, they are struggling. But now, in this cup, they are really doing well. Getting to this stage is not a fluke. What do you expect them to do tonight?
Sevilla, truly, they're king of football when it comes to Europa League. Yeah, because if you have to check some of the things they've done, some of the matches they've won so far. Because I think from their history, they've won up to 6 since the European Cup. So, and Juventus, and if I have to look at the game tonight, Juventus seems to be, with courage, they were like, no, well, we should be able to defeat Sevilla for this semi-final. But me looking at it, I'm very sure the match we come to play, so we'll see how things will this night. So things should go well, actually. Things should go well.
For which team? Which team are you saying things will go well for?
Sevilla, of course, because Sevilla stand a chance to win to this match. Because Juventus...
They are away to Juventus.
Of course. Because if you have to look at some of the matches they play with Juventus so far, Juventus won most of the matches with Sevilla, but tonight history may repeat itself again, because Juventus sometimes they get to semi-final and they tend to lose. You get so, but history may tend to repeat itself tonight, and they may tend to win, which is Juventus. So let's see how it come to play tonight.
Now you're actually pitching your tent with Sevilla or Juventus?
It's Sevilla.
Well, they are really pitching this tent because of the fact that Sevilla have always they've been doing well when it comes to this competition. But right now, well, for the old lady, as they call them, the team that play in Turin over there in Italy, is going to be a big one because they too want to get the Europa glory. It's been a while, but right now they want to get it done and they want to really do it big time. We see what I will be panning out in that game between Sevilla versus Juventus. In those games that we actually earlier roll out the probable names, although a lot of players are actually injured in both sides, but they are equal in the task. Let's see what will be happening for Juventus versus Sevilla. A big match there. Let's see what will be happening. But for Jose Mourinho, let's look at the second game. Roma. They are the holder of Europa Conference League, but now they are playing Europa Cup. And they want to also do well to see how they can win this particular match. But one thing that is very interesting about this match is the fact that Jose Mourinho's former player, talking about Alonso Xavi. Xavi right now is the manager or coach of Bayern Leverkusen in Germany. And he will be facing his former coach, Jose Mourinho, over there in the city of Rome. They call that the Sleepy Giant. And they will be at home against Bayern Leverkusen tonight. Let's look at the probables of both teams. Talking about Roma lineup and also Bayern Leverkusen lineup. As I said earlier, Alonso versus his former boss, Jose Mourinho. Well, from the back, you have Rui Patricio, Joelin Cavancini, Chris Smalling, the rock-solid defender is there, Roger Ibanez, Nicolas Zalewski, Brian Cristante, Nemanja Matic. You have Leonardo Spinazzola, Lorenzo Pellegrini is there, Paulo Dybala, the Argentine who knows how to bang in goals, and you have Tammy Abraham at the front with jersey number 9, and who stays up there. A big one for Roma because they need to win this game at least to send a signal to Bayern Leverkusen that they want to also do well in Europa Cup. After all, they are the holder of Europa Conference League. Let's look at Bayern Leverkusen, where Xabi Alonso actually holds sway. You look at Bayern Leverkusen will be coming up 3-4-2-1. Look at Radecki, Piero Hincapié. You have Jonathan Tah, Edmond Sabzoba, Jeremy Frimpong, Ezekiel Palacios, Robert Andrich, Mitchell Baker, Florian Wirtz. You have Moussa Diaby and Adam Lozek. You shall just have to watch out for Adam Lozek. They are a fantastic scorer for Bayern Leverkusen. Now, Xabi Alonso was a former player of Jose Mourinho, where he was in Real Madrid, coach player. Now, both of them will be facing themselves for the first time as both coaches. Bayern Leverkusen, AS Roma tonight.
It's fun of football because when someone is this night now, we face it for the first time, so they may tend to the match will be tough actually, to be a very tough one. But Bayern Leverkusen has a better chance to win. You
are pitching your time with Bayern Leverkusen.
You have to look at their formation. That formation seems to be bad.
but you know, at times, yeah, it's good to have good formation. But really, if you look at it at times, even though you have 3-4-2-1, trying to make it compact, the midfield is blocked. 4 players are standing there. 3 at the defense alongside the goalkeeper. You have 2 by the wings, and you have Adam Lozek at the front. Now, to you think this is a tough, a very good formation from Xabi Alonso?
It's a very good formation because the midfielder, when it comes to football, sometimes the midfielder, you can see them, they are very bad. They are very good when it comes to supply a striker he gets. And the person playing 9. So it will be a good one. So you end up seeing them imagine as a winner tonight.
Why you are saying, as we are looking at the formation of Roma, Bayern, look at the formation of Roma too. It's also 3-4-2-1. So both of them are also probably be playing the same.
The striker matters.
The striker. Well, Tammy Abraham has been in superlative form. He's been doing well with Roma, and you can't take away anything from Paulo Dybala. You just have to be very careful because if Tammy can score, Paulo will do it.
Of course, but
and Lorenzo Pellegrini, these are players that know their own.
Having a good sense matters sometimes in football. So by the time, look at Patricio now, giving him a ball, facing goalkeeper, he may tend to shoot it out. But the other guy in Bayern Leverkusen, he will surely do well because he has goal sense compared to Patricio.
But no, Patricio, that's the goalkeeper. But I'm sure you want to talk about Tammy Abraham.
Yeah.
Tammy Abraham compared to Lozek. I think I'll just rate both of them. Maybe side by side. I won't be standing with anyone, but really it's going to be a tough one because one, a lot of things are in place now. Jabi against his former boss, their effect is there. It's just like when Arteta was playing against Pep Guardiola. It was with him. It actually took some training from him when he came to Man City. But now, Jabi Alonso played as a player under Mourinho. He knows how Mourinho thinks, he knows how Mourinho does his things, and now he's also a manager. Don't you think it could be that, okay, it's going to take more from Mourinho?
One thing about football is, it's just like, for example, now you're my boss, you taught me something. I may tend to have a greater chance to do well than you. So that is how it is.
Okay, now we've been talking concerning those matches coming on. Let's quickly look at Europa Conference League fixtures. Quickly, before we wrap it up, let's talk about matches coming up. Fiorentina against FC Basel will be playing West Ham United against AZ Alkmaar. Another one there. Big one for West Ham United, who really, they've struggled in EPL, but right now, also the same way, Sevilla are also doing well here in the Europa Cup. But for West Ham, they could actually, well, let's see if they will be able to outsmart AZ Alkmaar of the Netherlands. Basel, Switzerland against Fiorentina of Italy. They are looking at those matches. Let's look at the scoreline. Fiorentina, Basel. What are you expecting?
I'm looking at the scoreline. They may end up playing having a goalless draw.
Seriously? West Ham, AZ Alkmaar.
Of course, they may end up, or possibly West Ham may have a chance to win.
What is the scoreline? Are you looking at?
Let's just say 2-0 may end it off.
2-0 in favor of West Ham. Well, we wait to see if you really, Daniel is octopus. Daniel. Before we go, let's take on transfer stories. Tottenham Hotspur goalkeeper Hugo Lloris received offer from Saudi Arabia that could be 3 times bigger than what is earning right now in Tottenham. And now that's a story there. Liverpool are keen on Real Madrid midfielder Aurelio Tchouameni. They want to get Tchouameni, but would that be possible? He's still doing so well with Real Madrid. Another one with the Reds. Liverpool to sign Hanover 96 goalkeeper Robert Ziller as backup goalkeeper there. Talking about that game there. Now another one, Manchester United are monitoring, and they're monitoring Inter Milan striker Lautaro Martinez. Lautaro Martinez is a player of Inter Milan. They want to get him, and really Man United are trying to do everything possible to go for Lautaro Martinez. That's just it on the show with Daniel Oluwole. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
I'm Adeniyi Ajisafe. Thanks for watching.